because I actually had somebody who said to me, she's a friend of mine and not a close, super close friend, but I mean, okay, so my neighbor, she had a huge crush on him, and um, but my neighbor and I, we were really good friends. But I'm like, okay, so that's how we know each other. And as we were talking about business and stuff like that, somehow the conversation came up, whatever, and it's like, I think I was just having a conversation about, like life and goals and dreams and all that kind of stuff. And, it's like, well, okay. And I asked her straight up, I'm like, okay, well, first of all, do you trust me? I go, do you trust what, and that, like, what I'm saying and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, be honest. I go, don't sugarcoat it. Don't, I'm a big girl. I can handle it. But I go, just be honest, right? And she giggled and she goes, actually, no, I don't. And I was, but the thing is, it made me realize that it's got nothing to do with me.
No.
It's got absolutely nothing to do with me. I never took any offense to it. And it just made me realize that she's got trust issues with people because she's lent people a lot of money before. A lot of them haven't paid her and stuff like that. But the thing is, she keeps giving those people money. And I bet you she will still go back and trust them. But if anything, I haven't given her any doubt. Like for me, it's like I trust everybody and everybody until they give me a doubt, a reason not to trust them. So,
I think that's something that we all do, even though we don't kind of see it. Like we're reflecting our own perceptions to other. Like,
yes,
if we've been burned before by some experience, we tend to just think that, oh, it's gonna happen again.
Yeah.
And then everybody we see, we treat them with that same lens, with the same error. It's an error.
Mm-hmm. Well,
because when you think about stuff in a state of fear, there's nothing good that can come with it. Like I heard somebody said this thing. It's totally true. Nothing positive can come from a negative. Like when you think negatively about something, there's no really positive that can happen. And the opposite can happen too. Which when when you think positive about something, a negative can happen anyway. But that's to be expected. Like nothing always can go your way. It's fine. It's supposed to be like that. Imagining everything went okay for everybody, then we'd be in paradise. We'd be in fucking oops. We'd be in Wonderland. And things would be boring as well. Imagine if there was no challenge.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be boring?
Yeah.
Like, well, you don't grow if you don't.
We like that puzzle solving. Some problems, it's very interesting. Some problems we don't see them as negative, and those kind of problems always seems to work out.
So the energy you put towards it.
Yeah, and there's a few problems where you've already lived through it, but you've never found like the solution, and now you see that as a real obstacle to your own like life and thing, and now you see it as something that is big and scary, and you don't want to face it anymore, and that's when nothing good happens.
I think I do that sometimes myself.
That's what I said. Like everybody does it. Everybody does it. It's unconscious, and it's a good thing. I think it comes from our own evolution, where if we've been attacked in that brush, or if somebody that's been attacked, eating that fruit, you're gonna be skeptical about other fruits. It's normal to see that, but we're not there anymore.
Yeah.
That's not. Like things don't happen like that anymore. It's not as random. Things are not as scary. And I see that happening a lot. I can't believe I'm going to talk about this, but in the dating zone, the dating life, everybody's so skeptic about everyone. What the hell is happening? I've been in a relationship for 4 years, and now I'm again available since a few months. And now I see that, and I'm like, wait. Why is everybody always so scared and you're skeptical and trying to push back? I'm like, what? Hey, I didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
Oh, Constantine.
Constantine's here.
Hey guys.
How
miss you all.
The legend.
Yeah, legend. That's a nice picture you've got in the background there. Ooh,
Yeah,
beautiful. Is that your wedding photo?
This is my bedroom.
Beautiful. Where did
Nice.
you guys get married?
It was in Mexico, Cancun.
Oh, very nice. That's a gorgeous shot.
How have you been, guys? What's popping?
Really, really, really good.
That's awesome.
I'll let everybody else answer too.
So what's popping? I'm popping.
Yep, ticking along.
So you're back in Vancouver now. Sorry. You're back in Vancouver now.
Yep. Finally, I have stable internet connection. We're back to estimates, back to business, content creation, and all the good stuff.
Good for you. Hey, you know what? Since I have you on here, because I know Sam was saying to ask you about this. You know, when you had your video edited, like, are you doing that yourself, or do you have a video editor that does that for you?
Yeah, so that was the big shift, the big improvement that I've made. I hired 2 editors after very intensive process of looking for one. So there was a little bit of a competition between all of them, and out of 50 candidates, I picked 2. They're really, really good, and I'm paying $30 US plus minus per video. And sometimes they would include a short video for Instagram or a square version of the same video with like a red line going all around the perimeter, and with the captions. They usually transcribe it on rev.com. So yeah, $30, really good deal, really good guys. I'm more than happy to share their phone numbers. That was actually some sort of a trick that one of my friends, YouTubers, shared with me. He has well over 100,000 subscribers right now, and he was like, first thing you got to do, like the very first thing you got to delegate is the video editing, because first of all, you're not a good editor. He's like, I don't know how good of an editor you are, but I'm just saying you're not a good editor. Right? And then how long does it take for you to edit that one video? And I'm like, that's a good question. Probably like 3 days when I'm in a good mood. And he's like, you're gonna be amazed how fast they work, how good they work, and how how much money you're gonna pay. Because like $30 US and not struggling for 3 days, that's a great deal. Yep. Right there. So yeah, that's a huge improvement. I don't know if you guys have seen my latest video, but that's the best one.
Just the one that you posted.
Yeah, not long ago, with the interview with the client's testimonial kind of deal.
Hey, Constantine, I got a question for you.
Sure, go ahead.
In that video you share with us, like the text part, the speech, the thing you say, was it scripted? Did you script it yourself?
Yes. I can't speak, like there's no flow. I can't just turn on and go. I gotta go through the process. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. I gotta think through the process first. Otherwise, I'm just rambling and like throwing random thoughts, and it doesn't look very good. And I'm also thinking about the editors, right? Because they gotta tell their story, but they have to. I just want to make it easier for them. So I do script it, and I use some sort of can't remember the name of that YouTuber. He shared that script template. It's like a circle, like you go from the comfort zone and you go through the process, and then you return to that comfort zone. Can't remember.
So it's a storytelling template.
Yeah, of some sort. Yeah. If you want, I can share this with you guys. It's a really, really good thing. I think it helped me a lot, and it's basically a really good structure of any story, right? So basically, you're in the comfort zone, and then you go through some sort of a, I'm sorry, I have some distractions here. Just give me one sec, please.
No, but that's very good. Like having a storytelling part just nailed down is incredible. Like it's super important for any video.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Yeah, it's like a very, very simple, template, but very, powerful. Like I love it. From the comfort zone to the comfort zone, having changed with the process, like what the struggle is. Can't remember what it is, but I have that template somewhere.
Yeah. But it's so cool also to see that video template that you use for storytelling, it is not catered to make it like as an advertising video. It's really a value delivery system through story. Because advertising storytelling is going to be way different. When you want to advertise, you're actually giving a lot more information, or just like infographics. It's about making somebody take a decision, making somebody make a decision.
Probably.
Rather than storytelling is, well, you're showing them a process, or really guiding them through the story that you're telling, guiding them through like the origin point, something that they now must know, and then explaining that thing, and then solving, and now you go back to the transformation part, which is the comfort zone that you talk about.
Exactly.
Very nice.
Every time I come onto these meetings, it seems like we're talking about me. I'd love to talk about somebody else and hear some, like what's going on in your life, guys. Would love to hear that.
Well, I guess we talk every day, so.
That's awesome.
So that's why it just feels like, oh, we gotta,
Well, you probably never heard from me. I've seen you on the calls, but I've never shared anything. So I'm still working full-time and working with Eleen to develop an online business to promote a loyalty card. And so that's kind of keeping me busy these days. And Sam's helping us out with some stuff as well. So it's really good. I've learned a whole ton of a lot, and looking forward to actually launching it. But
awesome.
we may need your video guys, so we'll definitely keep that in mind.
Yeah, 100%. I'll be happy to share their contact information. There's two of them actually. Both of them, like I couldn't decide between one of them, between two of them to pick one. Like I just couldn't do that.
But I think it's even a good thing to have two instead of one, because now you have a backup. Just if the other one is not available at that time.
100%. That's actually what happened last time. He was on the trip or something like that, or on some mini vacation or something. And he was like, I won't be available for a week. And I'm like, I'm not waiting for a week.
Yeah.
Just use the other one.
That's something I've learned a long time ago, and I told my dad, he's running something that is a bit bigger scale than what I do. So he has to have chemists and engineers, and he hates the hiring part. But I needed to tell him, every time you lose somebody, like you need to go to the hiring process again, and now you lose how many weeks or even months before you got to find somebody else, and you need to stop everything because that person is missing. So you always need to have like one or two or even three people lined up already, even though they can only work a few hours a day, like not losing that time, and the hiring process must go on.
This is a very, very good thing to do, but I would say it only works with subcontractors, right? So basically these video editors are, they work with me on subcontract basis, right? It's not like they're my full-time employees. If they were my full-time employees, I'd probably have to hire one of them and keep one of the guys busy all the time. This is how it works, right?
Yeah, but what also works is hiring somebody that is more like student. You can hire him at a lower wage than somebody else, or have a type of contract that he comes one or twice a week just for being able to assist, train. So he's learning already how to do the task, without being a full-time employee and having to pay him, 3 times or 4 times the price of a full-time employee right there. So that's what my dad has right now. He has like the lead engineer, the lead chemist, and then some people that are coming once or twice a week just to assist in whatever needs to be assisted on.
That's awesome. Eleen, quick thing. I remember you said that there's no audio podcasts, like audio versions of your calls. I know you guys record everything, but you don't post anything, in the audio form. Actually, I would love to have that available, just because there's no way that I have enough time to watch all of your previous calls.
Yeah.
I'd love to know more about you guys, but there's just no time. Like there's just no way I can do it. And also, I have internet pretty much everywhere. I have a lot of data. I have a lot of I have Wi-Fi, both in at home and at our shop. But the problem with the video is every time I put my phone back into the pocket, the screen goes off and the video stops, right? So I don't know who's in charge of the technical part of organization and stuff like that, but I think it'd be very, very beneficial to all of us. And also the discoverability part of the podcasts, if all of us, like the entire group, will be for the fact that we'll make it available for public. I believe it's going to help a lot of people, not only in the community, like in this small community, but a lot of people will actually discover us in the future. That's how we discovered a lot of great guys. There's a guy, Dusty Porter, that runs a YouTube Creators Hub podcast. Basically interviews different creators within the YouTube community. Really, really good podcast. If not the podcasts, I wouldn't have known this guy and many other guys, to be honest with you.
There is actually a solution. Every time we record those Zooms, I guess for you it's the same. We have the video version, and then there's also an audio only version that is recorded at the same time. So now it's just a matter of figuring out how you publish that audio.
Yep.
Onto Spotify or Stitcher or whatever you want to use. I think Spotify's being number one is only going to grow more. So it's the safest bet to go there. It's grown even more than, iTunes podcast or is it iPod? Whatever it is. I don't have iPhone.
Apple Podcasts.
Yeah. Like a few months back, it was the biggest. And also, on iPhone, you're able to leave a comment, leave a review, and all that stuff. Spotify still hasn't done that. I think it's one of the features they really need to incorporate so people can discover the greatest podcast and not always have to, one by one find them. They need a little ranking system, but we can do that. I don't know. I have never uploaded a podcast myself, so I have no idea.
I've done it a few times. I just started not long ago. I haven't done much, but I do have some experience. Here's how it works. We got to have some hosting. So basically, some virtual space where the podcast, like the audio recordings, will be stored, and that platform can be Buzzsprout. That's what I'm using. That's what a lot of people recommend. It's pretty cheap, and
can you type it in the chat?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I don't know how to use chat, by the way.
Oh.
Hey, Constantine, actually what would be helpful is once I upload this video onto the Facebook chat, put it in the comments in there.
I want to do some research on it.
Yeah. But because the thing is, we're
Since
going to wrap up right now. But there's a couple of things I wanted to ask you about that. So the first thing being, when I post these videos on Facebook, in the comment section, I actually do put the YouTube version of it as well, because I'm uploading it on Facebook as well as on YouTube. The personal reason for that was because I think Sam actually mentioned it, where Facebook and Instagram is one, Google and YouTube is a totally separate platform. So to have it same content on same two platforms in case if one goes under or whatever. As far as, so I guess that's the next evolution that this is moving towards. It's like, okay, video editing, because right now I've been just kind of posting it as is. And I thought, it would be kind of cool to have it look pretty and all fancied up with the thumbnail and all that, because right now, even if I am doing the search with just the tags and whatever I'm typing, it still doesn't come up. Like, it's not showing up in, like, if I do a general solo entrepreneurs business, social media, learning, whatever, so that's why I was just kind of like, okay, well, what is it then, right? But yeah, so that part of the technical stuff, evolution, we're progressing towards that. So if you have the skill sets in that, I would love to pick your brain on that.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only that, there are some costs involved, but just to be able to do that, I'd be, happy to do that, to post the audio version, the video, like to extract the audio from the video and to post it on as a podcast, just so I'm able to listen to it just for myself.
Yeah, and I'd be happy to make the thumbnail for the podcast. It's only a one-time thing. You make it and then you have it there.
For the podcasts? Yeah, I think so.
Have a nice thumbnail with a picture of the main characters. Maybe. Like I can pitch you some ideas.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Sounds good.
let's have it be as a group input. You know what I mean? Like, I think it'd be fantastic if we're all kind of.
Yeah. Because I don't think it's fair that you do all the posting, Elaine, because we're all coming here many times, and you're giving your time to record it and post it and put it on YouTube. It's not that much, but it's still like a good 30 minutes out of your day at least.
Right. So you know what? And thank you. But it has been such a blessing. I'm so grateful to have done it because I've learned so much. And it's made me realize that, oh my God, I absolutely love YouTube platform. I've always been learning a lot of stuff from there. So if I'm ever looking for questions or whatever, YouTube is a place, a go-to for me. But now that it's like we're able to contribute to that platform, like I feel like it's been a privilege, so I absolutely love doing it. But yeah, as far as, doing this now, the editing of those videos and the thumbnail, it's like, that's not even my department. Nor like Constantine, what you were saying, do I really want to spend my time learning it to apply it? No.
But as Constantine said, it is just the natural progression. Once you have the ability to hire somebody to make the editing, because it is the next level. It's just like, it only makes it better.
Yes. So if we can get somebody in here that's an editor that can edit our content for us and they can use it for their stuff, that would be awesome.
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
It's collective collaborating, right? That's the whole purpose for this.
I guess we can talk about the technical details in the chat afterwards. I don't know how much time we have left.
Minutes, yeah.
I'd love to hear how did the meeting go? If you guys got together. I remember reading something about the meeting.
Which meeting?
Yeah, which one?
Some sort of a meetup.
Oh, it's still coming.
Yeah, it's on the 26th.
26th.
Awesome. Yeah, next weekend.
Awesome.
I haven't missed anything. That's awesome.
No, well, it's Edison's birthday. Sam, you have to fly in or be on, can be there virtually. Teleport.
I will be there virtually. I cannot be there physically.
Oh.
This time.
Unless everybody wants to pull that money and make me fly there. But
And you said you made 4 times your income this time
hey,
than ever before.
hey. But that. Okay, listen. Now I'll be talking like a businessman right now. It is not ROI positive investment to make that. Okay, you know
Yeah.
how much it costs to go from here and there. Last minute,
Yeah.
it'd be at least 1.5K. You know.
Yeah. No, we understand. You know, we won't hold you to it. So yeah, Constantine, it's next on the 26th coming up, and that's what we were saying. You know, even if you know, because it's Edison's birthday, but he doesn't know how big of an event he wants to make it because of the social distancing. So you know, I said, well, since we were already planning on doing the social thing, either way, you know, we should still have it be like our social thing if it's part of, together with Edison's thing. I mean, because you know, we'll still have our own group anyway, right? That we can. Edison is the one who's going to be micromanaging everybody, but it'll be great to all sit together and connect. Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Oh, good.
Hey,
You're coming.
last thing.
Yes.
Tomorrow is Wednesday.
Wednesday.
You know what happens Wednesday, right?
That's
not that part.
good.
The review.
How you call it? Wins Wednesday?
Wednesday wins.
Wednesday wins, where
Yeah.
we actually go over some of the wins we have had during the week
I can't
and some
wait.
of the things we're happy and kind of grateful for have done, accomplished, or whatever. Because we are aware that sometimes we don't spend that little moment acknowledging ourselves. You know, we love to acknowledge everybody else, but ourselves, sometimes we just forget.
100%. Other than that alcohol Wednesday, have you guys put any other parts of the structure in place? Like, have you guys thought about bringing some sort of a structure to these meetings, like calling each and every day, like basically creating some sort of a theme for each and every day of the week?
We have 1 minute 40, so I'll be quick. I'll cut you. We've talked a lot about having some structures, but it's always been such a little bit of a challenge because not everybody is going to come every day. And even though we have that structure, like I think the right balance is being able to, if you have something special one day, just put it out, and people will come if they want. And maybe not having that. Okay, every Wednesday we do that, every Friday we do this, every Monday we do. No, that's going to be a bit too much and too heavy. So most of the days.
And I always do keep a backup of things to discuss as a topic. So I am building on that list. So if we're ever stuck, I always refer to my list as well.
So most days, Eleen comes with a nice theme. And
we're trying to avoid having 2 Zooms because sometimes we end up going into our second Zooms. We're like, let's nip it at 1.
But we try to structure. And if Constantine, if you have ideas of structures that really can improve, I mean, we can give it a try.
I don't really have any idea. I mean, I always have ideas, but there's nothing like that I wanted to, put out.
Think about it.
Anything in specific, but I just thought it'd be nice so we can, name the episodes or use SEO, search engine optimization, in our advantage. Having some sort of a theme, right? Like Gary V's. Well, it's some sort of a, again, tea with Gary V. But I don't know if you guys know, he came up with coffee in commerce not long ago, right? So